Hey guys, Sergeant Blake. No, whoa, not Sergeant Blake. Raul is here, and today I want to talk about a little bit about my friends, because I have quite a few good friends, and all of them have their own personal thing. I think that the best part about friends is that no matter how hard you try, they're always similar to you in some way or another. And the best thing about my friends is that they oftentimes remind me of myself, either in certain parts of my life or different times when I was younger, and it's really funny because like what I think of as just a phase in my life might be somebody else's entire personality. Because there was a big time where I was a huge asshole, really sarcastic, and to an extent I still am. But like I try to be as nice as possible to people because the old saying that you can catch more flies with sugar or honey or whatever than you can with vinegar is completely true. And the more charming you are and less condescending, you are definitely going to meet more people and have more people like you, which isn't really important to me, but it's good to know that other people have a positive reflection of you. I don't want people to think that I'm an asshole, even though I can be. It's just not who I want to be. But like I was saying, it's just that I have a friend who's like that all the time. He's really abrasive, hard to get along with. He's a bit of a know-it-all. He tries to know everything, and I think that it's kind of disconnected him from society. He's not really social, but he's not antisocial either. It just seems like he has no idea of what's going on with people. Like he understands, he's really smart. He knows math, physics, all of this important stuff. But he doesn't get people. Like he just has very few people skills. That's the only way I can put it. Like, he has this thing, right? Like, I do YouTube, obviously, and he has this problem with people who do YouTube channels. He thinks that they're stupid. He thinks that it's kind of redundant. He thinks that most of the things that come up on YouTube aren't even original. And 9 times out of 10, you're just doing it just to be doing it. But that's really the reason why anybody does YouTube. And no, it's not original. You think that me sitting here talking about my feelings is original? Fuck no! But I don't give a fuck, because it's not about being original. It's about getting things off of my chest, trying to relax a little bit more, because I don't have people to talk to. My mother's fucking insane, and stuff like that is important to me, but he doesn't get that. Like, just getting media out there, or getting the experience with cameras and all types of stuff, editing, all that type of stuff. And these are things that are free to you. Most computers come with Windows, whatever the fuck, Movie Maker, and anybody with a webcam can record on it nowadays. So all you're really doing is just trying to get experience in something that you may want to make a career or a hobby out of. And he doesn't understand that. He thinks that they're kind of stupid. I think that YouTube is great for adding abundant amounts of stupidity. But it also offers great ways to get a release, like what I do here, to get information out, like what I do on Sergeant Blake, and also just to learn things, because there's so many tutorials out there on YouTube, which has been told to people over and over and over again. You can learn anything on YouTube, and it's crazy, right? And that's the way he is. But I was like that for a long time too. I didn't really appreciate people for what they do, people for their social interactions. I thought they were kind of stupid, and for a long time I was on my own with that, and I had no problem with it because I felt like I was better than everybody else, and maybe that's what he feels like. Maybe he's just fucking crazy. But I do see a bit of myself in him. There's another friend of mine, he grew up a lot like me. He's poor. He's poor. And I'm fairly poor. Even though I'm talking to you through a computer, I play my PlayStation every day. Those are things that my mother, that I had to work for, that I had to, this computer that I have is free. And, these are things that a lot of other people don't know about. That there are a lot of people out there who don't make nearly as much money as what minimum wage is, and it's just kind of weird to see how everybody just comes up. But like, it's really funny because me and him almost had identical childhood, except his wasn't filled with screaming and arguments like mine was, because his family isn't dysfunctional. They work together to make sure that the family makes it, which is great. But the way it works for me is that my family, we're kind of insane. All of us. Each one of us has their own mental problems. I've been depressed for about a year. Well, not anymore. But I was depressed for about a year that I could not figure out until I realized, shit, it's hereditary. I'm crazy because my mother, my father, my grandmother, my great-grandfather, and all those before me were also crazy. You know, my mother is depressed, PTSD, all types of stuff. She's a battered woman because of my crazy-ass father. My brother has some unbelievable bipolar issues. He'll be happy, talking to you, hugging you 1 second, and then 5 minutes later, he'll be ready to punch your fucking face in. And I've lived with these people, you know, for the majority of my life. It's crazy that this is how it's happened, that I've actually ended up okay and a upstanding citizen. Because also, along with being fucking crazy, my family is also full of criminals. I have a friend, her name's, well, I can't tell you her name, but because I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate that, but her name, she's a nice girl. She's really nice. And, you know, I've never said this to her, but I consider her to be kind of like my little sister, because I think that there's some of her that I see in myself, or there's, reverse that, some of myself that I see in her that is just so innocent and so nice. I can't explain it any other word than that. And whenever she's sad, it kind of makes me sad, because it's one of those people that you just hate to see have any kind of trouble or be sad. It's really unfortunate. I get kind of upset when I see her upset. It's crazy because she's kind of like an emo chick, but like, you know, it makes me feel so close to her, like we have some sort of connection, and it's crazy. And I've never told her that, and she probably doesn't even know who she is because I haven't said her name. But like, she's one of those people that's insanely important to me, even though she doesn't know it. And, you know, I have other friends. I have a friend who's a Marine, and he's super patriotic. At this point, he's also kind of brainwashed, because when he went into the Marines, when he went into the Marines, they kind of brainwashed him. Now that he's actually in Iraq, he's like, this place sucks, which is something that I don't even have to go to Iraq to tell you. But, you know, he sits around 12 hours a day just awaiting orders, and sometimes they never come. But, you know, he's patriotic, and that's something that I'm quite a patriot. I love this country, and if I had the chance to serve for this country, I cannot, because I have an artificial leg. But if I wanted to, if I could, I would definitely do it. One of my friends said right before we graduated that you're lucky you don't have to fill out the selective service form. And I said, why is that lucky? If I had the choice, I would go. I would definitely do it. And he said, well, okay, whatever. And it's just amazing that these people have such an influence on my life. I love these people, each one of them, even the asshole. I like the things that are bad about these people too, even the things that I don't like all the time. Like the guy who's an asshole, it gets on my nerves, but that's one of the things that makes him him, and I love that about him. And if he changed that up, I would be kind of at a loss of words, because what am I supposed to do now? He's different. As for other friends, you know, there are some other friends that I have bonds with, but none as much as those four, I think, that I listed. And it's just really kind of cool to kind of look at. I think that everybody should look at their friends and who they have as people who entertain them or people around them. Look at their good friends, people that have been friends with you for years, and really kind of see why they're your friends or what you guys have in common. But that's it for now, guys. I have to go do a video on Sergeant Blake's channel about this. I actually just picked this up. It's really old, but I love this game. So that's that, guys. I totally appreciate your watching. Thank you for all of your support, and I will talk to you soon.